Artie Lang Live May 13th reporting from the beautiful, gorgeous $6.69 studio overlooking Lake Superior from the 33rd floor. Are you stuck in the rat race? Keep repeating the same horrible cycle over and over, fleeced 50+%. It's not your fault. It's all manipulation, sophisticated and orchestrated. That's why old Vincenzo here sidestep and discard shyster companies quickly and promote companies like Pan American Silver First Majestic, Silver Kinross, Gold Audible to live-changing profits, with Rivian electric vehicle maker receiving $800 million from the state of Illinois. Stock price is coming off. It's all-time low, 95% down below, $8. I believe they will become profitable within 18 months. I am not a financial advisor. This is education and entertainment. Sidestep the market manipulators and the criminal gangsters with simple, super simple, and easy investing tips for generational wealth, peace, and love. Bell notification subscribe down below for free to keep truth, education, entertainment, and integrity flowing.
Bell notification, and most importantly, subscribe for free down below. Good 13th day of May, if we can believe this already, steadily marching our way towards Memorial Day weekend on an overcast, hazy, crystal clear late spring blue skies with just a few high cirrus clouds streaming in from the west at 44,669 feet. And we ask you to comment down below to get that #1 XRP gold and silver bullion insider here on social media and exclusively on YouTube. And we ask you to push us through that YouTube sphere by liking it down below and sharing my own personal opinions, education, and entertainment on the market and what I am actually personally doing in the market. I am investing in Rivian, and I think that is a good anything below $13, $14. I think it's a good buy. When it's below 10, you buy a lot of it. If it's below 5, buy even more. And then once it gets above $12, $13, don't buy it anymore. You should already be in it and have your shares. And then what I'm doing with Rivian is I'm going to play it for a few years. I think eventually they're going to have big pumps because I'm playing with Rivian earnings one day. Right now they're losing a lot of money per vehicle they sell, but 2 years ago they were losing about $250,000 per vehicle they sold, right? Very bad. Last year, they were down to about $130,000 per vehicle. Still horrible, but they cut it in half from what they were losing. And now we just got done with that major April shutdown to enhance their productivity, prep for the new vehicles they're going to be building here because they're going to be building massive expansions. This plant's going to be twice the size it is now. They're going to start building across the road, right? But we increased their production. They're cutting their night shift out because what we just did for them. With their updates and their modifications to their assembly line. I'm playing that, and I think they're down to about $80,000 they lose or $90,000 they lose per vehicle. I'm playing that eventually they're going to be profitable and break even and then profitable. And if you bought it before they make their first profit, when everything was bad, when all the news was bad 3 months ago when it capitulated on them and their stock price went down about 60% in about a month, right? That once they finally make earnings and say $8 or $7.50 was their bottom, and then in 6 months from now they make and say they broke even, their stock price is going to be 2 or 3 times that, and you've missed that opportunity to buy down there. And that's what I'm doing. Just like the Bitcoin price has been forced down by resistance at 70,000, 628.39. Then it got rejected again on this pump back up at $67,330.16. Then it got rejected at $63,678. And now we're at current price again, trying to break out. And here's what's going to happen. You got 2 moves in the Bitcoin price, and that's going to dictate a lot of the cryptocurrency market here in the short term, is you're going to break above this major resistance support level right here, and you're going to have a hyper pump immediately to 69,669, and then at least a double top if you forcefully break out of this as the volume's been declining, and we've been forming a very nice consolidation that is a healthy consolidation after a massive bull run. And if you break above that, you're going to have a target all the way up here, right? It's just the way it's going to be. You're going to come up for a double top up here, all the way up into that $75,000 range. And that is an area that we're going to be targeting. So we're going to put that in dark blue, because that is, the dark blue is where you're going to pump if you break north of this channel, right? But if you fall below this, you're going to come down to the 47,849.95. So that's what we're watching, with a mid-ground support at 58,000. But this is what you're watching. If you can break above this with nice volume like you've been attempting to do, you're going to forcefully pump way up here. But if you keep getting rejected and you eventually come back down to this 59,000, you're going to trade to the downside, right? And then if we move along, BITI is down today. XLM is threatening. I think XLM wants to do something like this, where it wants to come back up to that 12.6 cents. And if it comes back up to that 12.6 cents, that is a very nice 20% move right off the bat, right? And I think you're either coming up there next and going to fight over these moving averages, or you're going to have a very quick flush down there. But I actually think right now it's more likely that you come up here than it is that you go down there. But those are your two targets that are going to be hit. One or the other is going to be hit. Either you're coming up here to the 12.5 cents, or you're going to have a big dump, and we're going to get rid of that old disgusting price label. We don't need those anymore. You're going to have a big dump, a big pump up there, which I actually do think it's more likely you come up here, or you're going to come down here next, which I think is less likely. So we're going to put it in orange right now. Green is more likely, orange is less likely, and I think 12 cents is more likely than 7.8 cents right now, but we'll continue to watch that. Algo is the same thing. Let's get rid of this price label. If we pump up, Algo is in the same spot. If we pump, we're coming up here to 0.2331 cents. If we dump, we're coming down closer to the 0.08 cents, right? So we're going to look at that and keep watching that, and then I got to get back to work. And the XRP has had the same thing. It's fighting to stay on this major upper resistance right here. So we're going to put it in watch category, delete that. If we can get a nice pump, we're going to come up to the 57 cents. But if we get a nice dump, we know we're going to come down to the 37 cents, which is a major traded area for the better part of a year and a quarter, before we had our big judge pump last year in June, which is funny now because our July, we've almost made a full circle since then, and the year has flown by that fast, and the only thing we have to show for it is the chart. But this is where we're trying to stay above in the XRP price. If we can hold this rising channel, we eventually could trade all the way back up to the top part of the rising channel, which is way up there in an uptrending fashion at current price at 80 cents now, which would be a phenomenal move in XRP. That would be a 50% move. Or, oops, as we do know, the risk is we come to the downside, and that is 37 cents. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love.